Good afternoon everyone, it's me again, Gareth, the Big Friendly Wargamer. I'll do another one of my sit and paint for an hour or so. So we're going to start off with what I've got on the desk. As you can see, it's a bit more busy than normal. I finished everything I had on my desk over the past few weeks, and I decided to fill it up again. So basically we have got some Coric acolytes, which I've painted some of these on one of these before. I've got 4 of them sitting up here because my paint station hasn't got enough space. I've got 5 Khorne berserkers, which are Chaos Space Marines dedicated to Khorne, who's a Chaos God. We have the Dark Oath War Queen, which I should have had painted a few weeks ago, but I didn't do because I've only just got. We also have some cultists. I've got 4 of these, which they're nearly finished. I just want to get a few last details done on them, and I'm waiting for their bases to dry. We have a Skink Star Priest, who's from Silver Tower. I'm not sure how I'm going to paint this guy, but we will find out. Maybe today, maybe another time. And then I've got these 4 guys here, which they're called Familiars. They're from Silver Tower as well. This is basically a book with legs and a bum and a tail. We've got this guy who is like a little jester, I suppose. We have the guy who thinks he's a greater demon. He's not, clearly, because he's tiny. And I have the walking fishman. Fish with legs. Very weird, because they're Chaos Familiars. So I also have my Chaos Sorcerer, who's coming on quite nicely. I actually need to fix his staff because his weapon's a little bit bent out of shape, but that's okay, I can do that later. And I have this guy. Let's get him on camera shot. So he's got 2 bits of his base, and this guy. This is Sigmund. He's a Imperial Fist from 30k. I'm painting him as a commission for a guy I know. And I had time to get some spray painting done today, so I started it. And then we've got bits and pieces here, which are the backpacks for the berserkers and the sorcerer, and I've got loads of other stuff on my desk because it's a mess at the moment. I should really tidy it up, but oh well, we will do that later. So what I'm going to start with is these guys. Sigmund and his base is kind of still a bit tacky from me spray painting him, so I'm going to carry on with this Chaos Sorcerer and just talk about my week basically. If the paint pot wants to stay open and I don't spill the paint. Okay. So, I've been off work since Friday. I booked holiday because the weekend it was my birthday. I turned 37. I'm getting old, or whatever. I don't care. I got my hair cut. I said on Facebook that I had removed all my how did I put it? My winter coat. So my beard come off, my hair come off. Feeling a bit lighter for it, I suppose. But yeah. And I was at work for 3 days. It wasn't too bad a week. Same old, same old. The weather was really bad. It was snowing most of the week. Unloading a 600 kilo truck off the top of a double decker, 600 kilo pallet off the top of a double decker truck in really strong winds is quite scary. But yeah, I did that as well. So I'm going to start painting his cloak, his flesh cut cloak that he's got on. And this is the first layer I'm putting on. Basically I'm just covering the undercolour, and this was previously earlier on, actually on Sunday I had painted his cloak with base coat with Rakarth flesh, I then earlier on today shaded it with Reichland Flesh Tone, and now I'm going over it with Flayed One Flesh, I believe. Yes, it is Flayed One Flesh. And I'm just trying to give it a bit of a looks like he's skinned someone sort of a look to this cloak, because basically he has. But yeah, work was okay, nothing to write home about or blog about. So I was off Friday. The game that we had arranged in Watford got cancelled, mostly through my part because of the weather, and then to wake up at 10 o'clock on Saturday morning to find that almost all the snow had gone was quite annoying, but there we go. Ooh, hindsight. But we're going to rearrange it for another time. I mean, we've got plenty of time and plenty of space. Yeah, we can do that another time. So basically the next thing I've got to look forward to is going to Warhammer World in Nottingham on this coming Saturday with 3 of the guys that I know, 3 of my friends, and that should be good. We're playing a big game up there. We're using Triumph and Treachery rules, which is it might be a bit weird adapting it for 40k, but I'm sure we'll figure it out. It'll be a bit of a laugh. And it's going to be 2 Iron Warrior players. We're all against each other, so there's 4 armies. 2 Iron Warrior players, 1 Necron player, which is going to be me. I'm going to be bringing my Necrons, and 1 Elder player. I assume he's bringing the Elder. I could be wrong, but I assume he is. It should just be a laugh. I'm sure we'll go and get something to eat in Bugman's after, which is their restaurant. We'll buy some goodies, and yeah, it should be a good day. But yeah, like I was in Games Workshop Sunday painting, and Saturday night I got quite a lot done on my flayed ones. I don't know if I did some of them on camera last week. I think I did. And I've got them finished, all 5 of them, they're done. I then finished another 6 of these Chaos Cultists. So over the weekend I finished 11 models, which is quite a lot for me. So I'm on 12 for the month now. So strictly speaking, for my quota that I'm trying to get to, I think I worked out, was it 14 I need a month? No, it wasn't 14, it was 17 I think. 17 a month I need. So I've only got to get 5 more done. And it's only the 6th today. So yeah, I think I'll easily hit my quota this month. Especially because this guy is not far from being finished anyway. And this is my Chaos Sorcerer for my Black Legion army. So his armour, it needs some highlights. I've done some highlighting on it and then I've stopped. So yeah, it needs some highlights, but it's not far off being done. So looking further ahead, I posted up the idea for a game that I had at my gaming club on the 19th of March. It's a big tank battle. I think I might have mentioned it on here before. So I finally got the rules kind of sorted out in my head, and yeah, we're going with it. We're going to see how it plays. Should be a laugh. We'll see. So yeah, it's been quite a productive few days that I've had off. And I'm in Games Workshop tomorrow as well, so I should get more painting done. So yeah, we'll see. I don't know what I'm going to take with me tomorrow yet. I may take some Necrons with me. Like my Annihilation barge that I've got, which is kind of like this thing, but it's more painted. I could get that finished quite easily. It's like I'll do edge highlighting on the turquoise and the white, and it's more or less done. Do some stuff with the pilots and the guns and stuff as well, but yeah, it's not far off. So yeah, it's things going cool. I'm getting closer to my leave date at work, but we'll see what happens there when I go back. Don't really want to think about work while I'm off if I can help it. I have to think about it enough while I'm there. I did have some I had one of my old friends contact me over the weekend, and I don't know what to do about that. I've been invited to his daughter's christening, but I don't know. I'm finally getting myself to a good place, you know. And do I want to go back there again? I don't know. I mean, it's not till middle of April, I think, or end of April. So I'll see. But it's seeing a lot of people that I don't get on with anymore. I don't know if it'll be a good thing for me or not. I've got to think about it a bit more. But yeah, it's I don't know if it'll be a good thing for me going back there or not. Maybe it might be a good thing to go back and realise, you know, I've got it quite good now. As it is, I don't need this anymore. And there's nothing stopping me from going there for a few minutes and walking out. Like, what are they going to say to me? Or whatever. I don't know. We'll see. I'll think it over. I'll probably think about nothing else until the day. But I don't know. I really don't know. Because like I said before, I miss my friends in my life. And I know a lot of the time they're not good for me. But you can't help it, you know. Right, so that's the first layer done on his cloak. Basically, I'm just going to go and do the second layer straight away. Actually, I've missed a piece. The bit between his legs, he's got down here. It's easy to miss some bits with these, and unless you're actually really dedicated to getting everything right, like if you miss bits, it doesn't really matter. Like there's a rule for tournaments saying that most tournaments, that is, say that models need to be 3 colours minimum. Like, and generally speaking, mine are more than 3 colours, much more. But there's some, like the Chaos Cultists, they're not particularly well painted. They're black undercoat with brown trousers to hide any mess, if you know what I mean. Because these are basically just your regular guys in the middle of nowhere drafted into an army, basically. And I can imagine there's a few accidents in the trouser department. So yeah, brown trousers. They have silver guns, which is shaded with a dark wash, and they have black cloaks. So their cloaks get highlighted a little bit, and the bases are painted grey. They're really easy and quick to paint, although the trousers take quite a while. because I painted them like they're sack trousers. And I've got another 40 of them to paint. Not particularly right now, but at some point I'll have to get to them. Maybe. So yeah, I'm happy with how my painting's going. And a lot of this is down to like other people as well. Like, this is one of the great things I love about this hobby, is other people motivate you. And I find it so motivating, so good to have that motivation, having people liking my pictures and making nice comments and stuff like that. And generally people are nice. So my Instagram feed barely gets any comments, very rarely gets comments, but it gets likes, and I'm happy with likes. It's fine. So yeah, so I just keep painting and posting pictures. And I spoke a while ago about this commission painting, and I'm not sure about it. I'm giving it a go again. I've still got part of the old commission to paint, which he's getting closer. He's nearly there. I think I was painting him last week on this. Logan Grimnar on his chariot. He's there and there, and his wolves are somewhere as well. I've done more on him. I did more on him last week, so he's coming on quite nice. His chariot and the base need finishing, that's about it. And he needs finishing a bit. But I really want to get it done. Just get it off my paint table. Because that's the name of our painting group in Uxbridge, Off the Paint Table. The whole idea is to just help motivate each other to paint models. Or to do anything really. It's more like get things done, you know, one of them kind of groups. And I got the idea because you've got some YouTubers who have been really helpful to me, and well, I just thought, you know what, we can do this as a group, and we do, and it works. People have been posting pictures pretty much every day on there, so it's cool. And I use the word cool excessively, I know, but hey, that's me. But yeah, like I said, you'll have to forgive the state of the painting desk. It's a bit cluttered at the moment, just like everything else in my room, in my life. It's a bit cluttered, but it's okay. I'm getting there. I've got to go to the doctor's on Thursday, get my blood pressure checked, and I think once I've been to the doctor's, I'm going to go and inquire about driving lessons. Because why not, yeah? Why not? Why the hell not? So just a bit of the cloak between his legs at the back again, and this stage is done. Then it's a bit of edge highlighting, and his flesh cloak is finished. I signed up to Amazon Prime last week for a bit of a laugh, basically. It was I have a protein shake every morning, which I had to buy the powder. I think I said about this last week, and it worked out at £10 a packet cheaper if I signed up for Prime, and it's £7.99 a month. So I'm like, yeah, let's do that then. And I got Twitch Prime out of it, which is, if any of you use Twitch, you'll know what Twitch Prime is. Basically, it allows you to view online streamers and stuff like that, while like watch them back rather than watch them live. And I was watching a lot of the Peachy and Duncan stuff on Warhammer TV while painting. And yeah, it's quite amusing. It's really funny. I tend to, when I'm painting, I either have music on or I have my laptop on and I'm watching videos. But I'm not watching, I'm listening. So what we're going to do now is I think we're going to put the shade onto Sigismund and his sword. I could put shade on his base as well, but I want that silver to dry a little bit more before I do that. His base is going to be really easy to do, I think. So what we're going to do, how are we going to do the Imperial Fist? Do you know what? I'm going to leave him till later. I'm going to paint my stuff. So these guys, basically, this one, he needs the banding on his gun painted. These guys, the texture paint is still drying, but that's okay. So what we're going to do is I'm going to put the shade onto their guns. Right after I've grabbed a bit of a drink. Very nice. And all I'm going to do is just do a non-oil wash. Shade, sorry. So yeah, it was my nephew's birthday on Sunday. He turned 11. And we went out for a family meal, which was nice. And I bought him for his birthday a starter set of some of this. And I thought my sister and my brother-in-law weren't going to like it. So that's why I was happy that I gave it to him in public, because they couldn't really kick off. And it turned out that they're more than happy with him doing this, because it stops him being plugged into a console all day, all the time when he's at home. So, and I had this whole big speech prepared about how it would be good for him, because like during the school holidays he could come over, I could teach him how to play it, and he could come to my club and we could play games at the club and that kind of thing. And I didn't need it at all. So that's quite cool. Explain to him how like they can take him into a Games Workshop as well, and he can learn how to paint from the guy who runs the store. So I think like my nephew's quite he loves building things, and as I've shown you before, I might have shown you a while ago how these come in kit form, and I think he'll really enjoy it. I think he will. My younger nephew maybe not so much, but definitely the older one. But we'll see. There's no pressure on him. If he doesn't like it, he doesn't like it. I don't mind. So just last one now, I'm putting the shade onto. And this is just an all over shade. I just want to make their guns look dirty. That's all it is. Because they're not supposed to be brand new, spanking new weapons. They're what they've salvaged from the workshop, or what they've produced by putting bits and pieces of stuff together. They're auto guns. They're not particularly great, but yeah, any weapon's better than no weapon, right? And to do his mask. So this guy's got a gas mask, so it must be important. Little belt buckle. Okay, so this is shading on him done. So now we're gonna, while we're waiting for that to dry. See, people have said about chopping and changing between projects, but I still do it. It's what I do. I think now we're going to start on these Corn Berserkers. Let's put these guys back. Because one of these is more done than the others. Just I didn't finish him at the weekend. So I'm on 12 for the month. If I get them finished and him, that's my quota for the month, and then I can paint basically anything. Which these guys up here are like, their flesh needs a couple more layers and that's done, and they've not got a lot more colours other than that. Lone Grimnar up here, I think I could get finished this month as well. These Berserkers are going to be fairly straightforward, I reckon, but we'll see. Because they're not going to be like, typically Khorne Berserkers are painted with red armour and gold. Mine aren't going to be with red armour, they're just going to have black armour, although they may have red helmets, but we'll see. We'll see how it looks as I paint it, basically. And so the sorcerer can go back up there while he's drying as well. So for this I'm going to switch the water pots around again, because this is my metallic one, the one with the silver paint all around the edge. Now we're going for Retributor armour. Basically with this is we just want all the banding bits painted gold. So pick that out, there's a bit of dry paint. So yeah, so I've missed the club for the last 2 weeks. Like last week I wasn't well. Second week I needed to be home. Things were going on. Some of the guys, I was in Games Workshop Sunday before we went out for our meal, and a group of the guys bought me a birthday present. And if you've listened to these videos before, you would have heard me say about what my friends were like before. That brush is too big. Like, I didn't expect anything from my old friends, and I learned not to expect anything from them. But I really wasn't expecting a birthday present from anyone, to be honest. It was really, really nice of them. I'm sure at some point I may try painting what they gave me on one of these things, but one of these videos, but it might fill the camera a little bit. Basically they bought me a set of gaming boards that I've been thinking about getting for quite a long time now. They're called Zone Mortalis. Yeah, they're going to be quite enjoyable to paint, I reckon. I've had this colour scheme in mind for ages. It's like a weathered sand effect on the tiles. It won't be sand as such. It'll be like a kind of like my Necrons, the colour that their armour is, but a lot rougher than that, and no edge highlights or anything like that. But we'll see once I get to painting it, and I'm hoping, like, once I get some free time at home, like when my parents are out, I've got the thing is, they're 4-year-olds, so I've got to scrub them first, and I know they're not resin as such, but they still need cleaning. I need to actually, the only way I can wash them is to put them in the sink, like the full kitchen sink, and obviously there has to be no one here for me to be able to do that, so we'll see if I can get that done in the next few weeks or so. It might just be one tile at a time, because these tiles are like 1 foot by 1 foot square, so they're not a little thing. But they're going to be, I reckon they're going to be quite enjoyable to paint. I think they will be. And I will be going out and getting more of them. I may try and save up money each month and buy a set, or even buy individual tiles one at a time. We'll see. And slowly build the board up. I'm pretty sure this weekend that where I'm in Nottingham, I'm going to buy a set of doors for it, and maybe some more of the what's it called? The add-ons, the like they got a set of containment tanks and stuff like that. Maybe some of them. I haven't really thought that much about what I'm gonna be buying up in Nottingham, because I want to buy something that's going to get me painting my World Eaters again, and I don't know what it is that's going to do that. I would have said something like a Fire Raptor. I love the idea of painting a Fire Raptor. If you don't know this, the Fire Raptor is a big gunship. It's a flying thing. But I've heard such horror stories of putting those things together that has put me off. I don't know. We'll see. The other thing I'm contemplating is buying a knight. But the knight that I want, he only goes into knight armies really, so it's going to be a bit pointless because I don't have a knight army. And again, it's another big model that I don't know if I'll actually get around to painting. We'll see. Games Workshop's all about impulse buying, isn't it? So I'll see when I'm up there. See what I want. So yeah, it's basically the big game up there is going to be a 4-way game. I think I've said this already. Yeah, so that should be cool. Where else do I need to paint this? These shoulder pads. These Khorne Berserkers are quite old models now. Not old as in I've had them for ages. The actual kit themselves are quite old. But I still like them. I still think they're pretty cool. Obviously other people still like them because they have loads of them. Some people do. So yeah, I quite like the kit. And this is the champion for the unit because he's got a big power fist. And he's pointing and running at the same time. And people have said to me, no, they should all have chain axes and chain swords and forget about the pistols and whatever. But I'm like, no. This is what berserkers have always carried: chain axes and bolt pistol. So yeah, just do his little Khorne icon on his belt. And these will need a second coat, like most paints do. You should always go over twice rather than do one thick coat, just do 2 coats. And I think the knee pad can actually be a bone colour. So he's got a skull on his knee pad, so yep, I'm going to go and do that bone colour later. And on to number 2. This guy again, round his helmet. So yeah, so this game that I'm arranging for the club's birthday on the 19th of March. It's basically we're having a free club day, so no one pays. We'll still take names and we'll give the fees into the club. It's going to be a big tank battle, like really big tank battle. Hopefully it's going to be a really big tank battle. People might be interested and they might not. It should be quite chaotic, but it should be quite a laugh. It's basically going to be the tanks, once they get destroyed, they're left on the battlefield with smoking. Basically I've got a load of teddy bear stuffing that I used to use as wreckage markers. It looked like the vehicle was had smoke coming out of it. I've still got loads of it. So your vehicle will be left in place with smoke coming out of it when it's destroyed, unless it explodes. if it explodes, it's removed, and you can bring it back next turn, so you can respawn it basically. And it isn't supposed to be like competitive, or I kill all your stuff and you kill my stuff and blah blah blah. It is just supposed to be a bit of a laugh, and I think it'll be a bit of a laugh. I hope it'll be a bit of a laugh anyway. So yeah, it's I'm looking forward to that, because if you've seen how many models I have lots of tanks. Loads and loads and loads of tanks. Now, I won't bring them all because I won't be able to carry them all. So yeah, it should be a bit of a laugh. But it's not just tanks, it's vehicles, so you can bring any kind of vehicles. So you can bring flyers if you want to. You can't bring any infantry, because it's a vehicle battle. The Battle of Toulon was supposed to be all tanks. You couldn't walk on the surface because it was deadly. It's radioactive surface. It would kill you within seconds. So everyone was in tanks, and I think it will be quite a laugh. And like, if people don't want to just be there and playing that all day, they can arrange games, and in between games they can come along and stick some tanks on the battlefield and have a bit of a laugh. Because I'm just waiting for that, when there's loads of tanks close to each other and you get that chain reaction of exploding. That's going to be so funny. As it will happen eventually. 2 or 3 tanks right next to each other will all explode. Because, yeah, why not? Seen it happen with knights before. So yeah. And this skull on his elbows, I'm going to pay you gold. He's got... paint some on his bolt gun gold as well. And you'll see I'm being really rough, or you can't really see, but I'm being quite rough with it at the moment. I'm not being very precise, but it's a base colour, so it's okay. His knee pad can be bone rather than gold. And just painting his belt buckle again. The belt again? No, for the first time. This is a different model, so. Okay, so he's done. Gold on him is done. So, third one. And this is just going to be rinse and repeat. I'm just basically trying to get these guys started. Because I think what put me off, yesterday I didn't do any painting. I was building some Blood Angels while watching football. But I didn't get the squad finished. I got 5 of them built. I don't generally build models very quickly. Especially when I'm watching football, because I'm distracted. But yeah, it's I've got 5 more Space Marines to build. I've got loads of stuff to still build. Not way too much stuff. I can't force myself to sit and build models sometimes. I just don't want to do it. So I don't. I'd much rather be painting what I have built already than building more. As much as I want to get that built pile finished, built and away in cases, because it'll save me some space, it's just not happening at the moment. And I've still got my battle report that I did with a friend from the club to edit and put up. I'm hoping to get that done this week. Like, I'll have Thursday and Friday. Friday I'll be going to bed early because I've got to be up at 5 o'clock in the morning, I think, on the Saturday. Because the Nottingham trip is quite a distance, so we're going early. I'm being picked up at 7. Well, I think so. So yeah, it should be cool. I'm just finding I'm having a bit of problems with my back at the moment. Like, my chair doesn't seem to be comfortable. I might have to get some back support. We'll see. But once I've finished my quota for the month, I'm not going to stop painting. Because I've got one big project that I really want to get finished. It's a Titan. I've spoke about it before in here. This thing is massive, and it's terrified me for years of doing anything with it, because I'm worried that I'm going to balls it up. So I've put it off, and now my excuse is, well, if I decide to build and paint that, then I'm not getting any more models built painted for ages. But I've now promised myself, once I've hit my target of 204 for the year, I think I put it at, then it's on to Mr. Reaver Titan, and get him built, get him painted, and get him on the battlefield. I would like to get him done this year. I've had him in the box for 2 years, and that's not good. Like, if I spent the money on him, and I should build it. I'm trying to think up a name for him. And basically these Titans, they do have names. They normally have like name plaques on them somewhere. My Forge World that he's from is the actual Legion that he's from, the Titan Legion he's from, is Legio Metallica, because I like Metallica and it works. The Scutari that I collect as well are from Metallica. A bit of an awkward paint scheme to do, but I quite like how they came out. So I'm going to get this one done, and then have a bit of a break because of my back. I won't call the video there, I'll just stop it for a few minutes and go for a bit of a walk around. I'm finding I'm having to do this now. It's like, my back's just a little bit niggly at the moment. So yeah, so basically what I'm going to do is finish these shoulder pads. I've actually got to do some of the bits on the axe as well. Like I said, they'll need a second coat. Oh, my neck's hurting as well. I woke up this morning with a really bad cramp in my leg, and it's just going back to what I was struggling with before. I don't know why it's come back again. It's getting on my nerves. So yeah, I've got an appointment with the nurse on Thursday, and I might mention to him about my legs. Because I've had this problem with my legs for quite a while, and it went away somewhat for a little bit. And now it's come back again, and I don't know what to do about it. It's just frustrating more than anything. It's like, it is painful, don't get me wrong, but I've lived with it for so long that I can handle the pain. But I shouldn't have to, you know. I pay my taxes, I should be able to get all this sorted. So I was just putting the gold on the raised plates of the axe. Like I said, these are going to be Black Legions, so eventually their armour will be painted black again. Once all the gold and details are finished, to go over the black, and then I edge highlight the black, and they're more or less done. So yeah, it's coming on okay. Like, I'm never going to get to where some other people have painted like 400 already this year and that kind of thing, but I'm okay with that. I'm not competing against them. I'm competing with myself from last year, and last year I hit 200, and as long as I can beat that this year, I'll be happy. So I'm only competing against myself. Okay, so that's that one, the gold done on him. So I'm just going to take a quick break and I'll be back in a minute. Right, so I'm back. Yeah, just needed a bit of a walk around and sort my back and my legs out. So I'm just going to go for another 15-20 minutes or so. Just carry on with these berserkers. So yeah, I'm happy with how my painting is going this year. Like, I could go quicker, but I'm quite happy with the pace I'm at. So, and everyone else seems to be doing really well. That are on the Facebook group as well. So it's cool. So again, I'm just going to be painting the bits of gold on these berserkers. That brush again. Let's close the pot. So yeah, I'm in Games Workshop tomorrow painting this again as well. Hoping to get more finished. Yeah, so things are looking cool. But yeah, so I still want to know what people think of the channel. You can private message me on YouTube if you like, or you can just send a message. What's it called? Comment. Put a comment in the video underneath the video. Just tell me what you, if you want. Tell me what you want to see me paint. Tell me what you want to see me do. I'm thinking of doing some silly comedy stuff, but I'm not sure. It'll take a lot of work, a lot of editing. I haven't got a lot of spare time, but we'll see. Maybe in the future, maybe once I finish work. I still don't know what's happening with that. Like, nothing's changed as far as I can see at work, so I'm still leaving as far as I'm concerned. But yeah, we'll see. So yeah, well, it was my birthday Saturday. I got a bit of money. I got some Amazon vouchers which I've spent already. I've got Thor Ragnarok, which has been delivered today, which I might even watch later on. And I bought a CD. It doesn't come out till Thursday or Friday. Friday, I think. By a singer called Miles Kennedy. He's my favourite rock singer at the moment. He's done his first ever solo album, and it sounds okay, so I thought I might as well buy it. He's the lead singer of Alter Bridge, who are my favourite band. So yeah, it should be pretty cool. And yeah, it's... There was other things I might have spent the vouchers on, but I've wanted to watch Thor for a while. Ragnarok, the newest one. And there are some more Avenger films around, like, and then you got DC Universe films as well. You got like Wonder Woman I haven't watched yet. Justice League I haven't watched yet. I definitely want to get Star Wars when it comes out next month. I love my DVD collection, my Blu-rays and stuff. I don't really watch stuff on TV. Not that I can't pause it whenever I feel like with my TV, because we've got the Virgin Media box, but yeah, I prefer watching stuff on Blu-ray. So I don't really get the time to watch a whole film a lot of the time. So I end up watching bits and pieces and going back to it later, and it's like I do with when I'm watching Game of Thrones. So I watch like part of an episode before I go to work one day, and then part the next day, and so on. But yeah, it's I don't. When people say to me as well, I don't bother watching that, it's a bit rubbish. I've always got to judge it for myself, because a lot of the time when people tell me something's rubbish, it's because their opinion of it is rubbish, obviously. Like, what was the last film? People were saying that the second Independence Day was rubbish. I quite liked it. And that Batman vs Superman was rubbish, but I quite like that as well. So I don't tend to listen when people tell me that things are shit. Excuse my language. So yeah, I had my nephew is interested in, because like he watches YouTube quite a lot, and he wanted to know what my YouTube name was, so he could watch my videos, and I'm like, but I end up swearing during them. Like, I'm of that age, or that generation, where swearing was a natural thing, and so it does slip out every now and then. So I'm done. So basically I'm just going to finish this last one, but I'm going to go back to the one I missed the bits on the axe on. I'm going to do this last one, and then I'm going to call the video there. It's been a very quiet week. Nothing's really happened. Like, nothing that I want to talk about anyway. So yeah, it's I find myself sometimes I don't have anything to talk about, but I still feel that I want to do one of these, because it gives me the time to sit and paint. I don't get disturbed when I'm doing them, because people know that I'm doing them. And it's like, this is my normal time. It's coming up to what? It's 3:30 now. So if I was at work, I would have finished this a while ago. I'd be in the shower now and getting ready for work. While the video renders on my computer, my laptop. I'm still considering doing a live video. I want to do a wargamer hangout with some of the guys from the club, where we all just sit around like we do in Games Workshop. We all sit around, we talk about rubbish, and we paint. I really want to do that, but I like it because it'll be in the comfort of my room. And it'll be on camera. You'll still see this. But I don't know if other people would be interested in that. Like, it doesn't necessarily even have to be people from my club. It could be people who have picked this up and watched this, and just, want to get involved. I'm perfectly fine with that. And I'm not a technical wizard. I don't even know if it would work. I'm pretty sure I'd be using my webcam on my laptop rather than my actual camera, because I don't know if my camera can actually do a live stream. I've no idea. I may look into that a bit more, but again, like I said, I go back to work on Tuesday, so I'm gonna not have time to do it again. The battle report thing that I did, which was coming up to a month and a half ago now, I've just really not had time to actually get on that and do that. And I'm going to this week. In fact, when I'm done doing this and the video's rendering, once it's done and uploaded, I'm going to actually do some work on the battle report. And I want to try and do more of them, but I'm going to try and do them in different ways and find out what works best for me. The next time I'm going to do it where I'm holding the camera to see if that works. So if anyone wants to challenge me and is interested in a battle report, I mean, I'm not a very difficult opponent to beat. I'm on a bit of a losing streak at the moment, so now's the best time to face me. I just, ever since the new year, my luck's, I wouldn't even say luck, I want to paint more than I want to game. And I think they're starting to show in my gaming a little bit that I actually rather be painting. And not at the expense, I mean, I like gaming, don't get me wrong, it's not at the expense of gaming. Because I still go to the club. But I do want to get painting done. I want to hit my target as soon as I can this year. I don't want to be at 11:30 on New Year's Eve trying to get my last model painted for the 200. I want to finish it in like October, so that I can crack on to big things. I've also, at some point, I've got to pick up some other games. It was one of my pledges to play 5 other games this year. I've played one. When I say other games, I mean stuff that's not 40k or Heresy, because they're the games I mainly played last year. I've played AOS a couple of times this year, so that was my first one. I'd quite like to play Malifaux again, but we'll see. X-Wing's a possibility, but I just, X-Wing didn't grab me. It didn't make me want to keep playing it, if you know what I mean. Don't get me wrong, it's a decent enough game. It's just, it didn't, I wasn't invested in it like I am in 40k and Heresy and AOS. Like, it's nice, you put time into painting your own models, and like putting them on a battlefield, they look really cool. And with X-Wing, like, everyone's ships just look the same as each other's, because they're all pre-painted to a certain way, and they're all exactly the same, and it's just, it doesn't grab me like these sort of models do. So it's just, it doesn't float my boat, so to speak, but I'll give it a go again. I also want to play Blood Bowl at some point this year, whether it be a league or not, that's fine. I used to be really quite good at Blood Bowl. One of the guys at the club, I'm the only person who ever beat him with my undead team. He knows who he is if he ever watches this. I still remember his reaction to me setting up, and he scored a touchdown in 2 turns, I think it was. And then I set up, and he said to me, "You know, you've set up in exactly the same way as you did before." I said, "Yeah, I know. I don't learn." And he went, "Okay." And he set up the same. Tried to go for the 2-turn touchdown again, and I absolutely mullered his team. Because that's what the undead team does in Blood Bowl. And I won quite big. Normally, when I've played my undead team before in Blood Bowl, I normally don't go for loads of touchdowns, but I think I beat him 3-1. And like I said, I was the only person to have beaten that team. His undead team, his Dark Elf team. So yeah, I was quite good at Blood Bowl. It's been a while since I played, and last time I was playing I was trying to teach someone how to play. So you don't dumb yourself down, but you don't play at your best, because you want to get someone engrossed into the game. Beating them off the table isn't the best thing to do. But I'm going to call that there, because we're roughly about the hour, I think, maybe a bit more. Again, thank you for listening, if you listen. I know today wasn't particularly interesting. Getting a few bits and pieces started on models and finished on others. But again, thank you for listening. If you want to subscribe to my channel, then I'm sure you know how to by now. Maybe not. We'll see. But again, thank you. I'm Gareth, Big Friendly Wargamer. You can also, if you want to, have a look at my Instagram page. Same name. Basically everywhere online, if you see Big Friendly Wargamer or BF Wargamer, that's me. I don't think there's many other people around who use that. So again, thank you very much for listening. I will see you again soon. Goodbye.